Yeah, that's one way to do it. Play the game really slowly so it doesn't have to count down so much at the end. Hey, there we go. And we have to pay 1,000 coin to get in here. Open the gate. Sabahai, Gavin. Thanks for the 28 months. Hooah! Oh, we're going here. Here we have Arcus versus Arcus. It's a mirror matchup. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Hey, who's up? Boom, boom, boom. Salbahype, Husa. Thanks for the 66 months. Nami. Husa. Is that a hype train? We don't get trains around here. And splash. Salbahype, Nick. Thanks for gifting 5 subs to the Arcus community. I appreciate that. Also, hey, Crisis and Drywall. Yeah, all is well over here. I am going to use a continue here because this is my last life. And there we go. It's that easy. Hey, hello? Hey. Okay. Gotta watch my step there. Crunch. Whoops.
Well, hello again, Tetris citizens. It is your old pal Van Dweller back with more classic Tetris Monthly Masters event for December 2025. We got 3 more round 1, round 2 matches for you right now. What we're going to do is the orange bracket. It's going to be Critical Lapis versus Zro, and the winner will take on Pkric. Eventually, the winner of this whole thing will take on number 1 seed Blue Scooty, but not today. And then after that, it's going to be a green bracket match, just the round 1. It's going to be Doodle versus Poopy Old Hag. Winner of that will eventually take on Low Kenzie. So, and then eventually take on Dog. So, yeah, both of these brackets feeding into the number 1 and number 2 seeds. So that's what's going on. Let us take a look at our rules. Yes, there are rules. And the rules are that this is a 32-player single elimination flat bracket tournament based on the 1989 version of Tetris released by Nintendo for the Nintendo Entertainment System on NTSC consoles. Players can play an emulator or console as long as the game mechanics, experience, and statistics are unmodified. And they can use any controller as long as there's no big buttons or turbo functions, whether electronic or mechanical, biological, turbo. Only best of 5 matches. So the first player to 3 wins is the winner of the match. Level 18 starts all the way through. Level 39 super kill screen score will be uncapped. Same piece sets re-rolled in between each game of the match. Players should not receive any in-game advice if they are playing a game no one else is telling them how they should play, what their opponents are doing, or anything like that. They should not pause unless the commentator tells them to. And yeah, if these players experience tech issues, they should just keep playing. So problems with OBS or internet or PC or whatever, just keep playing. Assume your game will count. And the winner gets absolutely something, and there's a share in a prize pool. It stands right now at $89.56. $89.56 is where we are at. We are looking to make our monthly incentive of $2,000. That will enable us to pay the top 8. There's nobody else who contributes to the prize pool except for you guys. So if you are watching right now, you're a part of this whole thing. It's partially responsible. Everybody here is a tiny sliver responsible for getting this prize pool up to $2,000. There's no foundation. I'm not running a hedge fund in the background trying to fund this thing every month. No sponsors, nothing. So it's just you guys. Use that Maturino command while you're watching live on Twitch or on YouTube. That'll bring up a link. That link should say Masters December or CTM December, whatever it says. Click on that. That'll take you to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Maturino. Top right-hand corner of that page has a button. It says log in. Click on that. It opens up a thing. In that thing, you can choose to log in with your existing Twitch or YouTube or Discord account. Once you're in, look on the right-hand side. Should say contribute, and you can click on that. I don't know if we've got coupon codes yet. Somebody can confirm or deny whether we have those codes. I'm not sure why they haven't been approved yet. Well, it appears that we do not, but those are awaiting approval. But anyway, thanks to everybody who's contributed to the prize pool so far. Looking to get to that $2,000. We got to keep luring these players back every single month. They're not going to play this tournament, out of some weird fidelity to your old pal Vandy or, tradition of CTM. No, I don't care about that. They're after the money. Ugh, the money. No, but it does help to lure them back, make it worth it for them to pursue this whole Tetris thing. So thank you so much to everybody who has contributed. That's how to support the players. To support the channel, you can go to patreon.com/Tetris and make an ongoing pledge of support. Keep this channel going, just like Scott Gray, Jane, Window, Kenny, Taki, Middlesburger, Corporal Shelby, Junior, Troy, Kim, Emerald, Potato, Cat, Kid, Java, T, Jason, and Sonny have done. Thank you to y'all, and thanks to everybody else on this slide. We got a few more to add. We'll get them added. And yeah, that's one great way to support us. But it's not the only way, and if you don't like Patreon, that's fine. You can use the support command, find some different links. Streamlabs and PayPal, I think, will allow you to make an ongoing pledge. And some of the people on this slide are actually doing that and not on Patreon, and that's okay. That's totally fine. We appreciate it. So you'll find some other ways to support us there. If you're watching on YouTube, you got super chat, super stickers, super thanks. If you want to ensure that I read your comments, use that super chat, and I will definitely read it. And if it's appropriate, I'll read it out loud. Channel memberships, You click on the join button just below the stream thing. It says join. That's how you do it. You can gift a channel membership, I think, in that same menu. You can gift multiple channel memberships. That's a nice thing to do. Over on Twitch, you got bits, you got subs, you got gift subs, you've got multiple gift subs, and if you're an Amazon Prime member, you get an Amazon Prime, Twitch Prime gaming subscription to grant to the streamer of your choice on a monthly basis, but you can't save them or stack them. They are use it or lose it, so don't lose it. Use it on us, at least some of the time. Okay, good? I agree. Let's go ahead and get these players situated. And refresh and all that. Seed 17, seed 32. Just got to refresh their streams. And yeah, there's one. All right, refresh. Here's another one. Refresh. And I just want to let you know that that this channel is being actively monitored by Tyler, who is approving all activity. So I just want to let you know that. All right. We're going to get these players situated. All right, there we go. Tyler is present, monitoring, and approving all activity. Just so you know. All right. We'll get Critical Lapis over here as well. What is the other open one? Some other camera that is unlocked. There it is. All right, we'll flop this guy around. Look at your pieces. There you go. Oh my God, it's dark now. All right. Let me fix one of the stencils here just a little bit. Not too far off. Might not even be his fault. Reset the transform. Reset. Let's see. Edit transform. Kind of stretch it out. Caramello. All right, that'll work. Yeah, no, I want the words on there. Those words are fine. The words are great. I like the words. I want the words. I'm a fan of the words. All right, let me go ahead and get these things situated. We'll go ahead and give our players some pieces while they warm up. You can keep warming up a little bit, though. That's fine. We got some time. I speed ran my way through the opening, so we got another minute or two. All right, I'm going to refresh both these players, just make sure that they are caught up with one another, and then we can, yeah, okay. All right, players' pieces are in the chat, 3DDE28. Those are the pieces, I'm sure. There's a pinner. Yes, Winter with the pin. What's going on, Ronkley? Oh my God, Ronkley. Oh. All right, am I okay? We're you know, the pieces are here, so they are here. They are here. It's 6:13. Now we're officially late. $6.12. We got to get pieces in the air at $6.12. That is what we aim for. Wheels McCoy, tier 1 sub, 15 months. Thank you, Wheels McCoy. All right, there he is. Just to let you know. Tyler is in chat right now. No, actually, Ronkley is here, present, monitoring, and approving all activity. What's up, Larvae? All right, let's make sure our pieces are good. 3DDE28. All right, Ronkley. Everything good? We cleared to go, Ronkley? Oh my goodness, wow. Cheesesteak sounds amazing right now. All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's get them started. Orange bracket, Critical app is seed 17, seed number 32, and 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Yeah. All right, 3 matches. Critical versus Row, winner versus Peak, and then Doodle versus Poopy. There you go. Duke is approving all my actions, okay? I'm not gonna skate by here without getting, you know, total approval. I think Zro's stream is a little bit behind or a little slideshowy, so we'll see if it clears up. It's not on my side. I'm not getting any frames on my side. I'll try to close anything that I have open that I don't need. We'll close Firefox. And what else can I close? Too many browsers open. Oh my God. How many Proton mails do I need open? All right, there we go. Stream quality in OBS. My stream quality is the same as it's always been. So, but maybe they'll have to at some point. Closing Firefox permanently soon? What do you mean, Ronkley? Anyway, on the left side of the screen, it's Critical Lapis. Seed number 17 from the US has a PB of 2.96 million. Qualified into this tournament with a 1.30. Critical really playing a lot of main channel tournaments over the course of the last year. Maybe it's match database. Sometimes match database like chews up a ton of resources, but let me see. Yeah, no worries. So yeah, I can just refresh or something like that after the game one, so no worries. But anyway, Critical Lapis is what? Well, made his master's debut, I want to say very early this year. And yeah, it was in February of 2025, defeated Sodium in his first ever Masters event match. And that was a sweep against Sodium, so that's pretty big. He's also played at CTWC Philadelphia this year. Also at CTWC Northeast in Connecticut. Plays a bunch of Classic Tetris League. Is now is in Division 1A. So how about that? And I guess the only other question I have is CTM Futures. Is that done from oh, I guess we're up to the you're up to the semifinal. Is that done in November? I guess Critical App is played in Futures in November, but I'm not sure if it's like done or not. So I don't know. No, it's not done. What? Really? Shoot. Bro, what the heck? 341. Anyway, 341 for Critical. 327 now. 349 for Zro. On the right side, it is Zro. Seed number 32. So just skated in. Got a PB of 1.74. That is according to, I don't know where I found that. It could be more by now. It's hard to know. It's not in the bot. It is not in the robot. So I have to send a private detective to go find out what this PB was, and who knows if it's even right. But anyway, 375 for Zro, 410 for Critical. But anyways, Zro, of course, the youngest max outer ever, as far as we know. You know, maybe there was some kid in like 1989. He's a 444 right now, 456 for Critical. Let's see if I have any other programs open. Like, it's not on my side. Like, I haven't dropped any frames. And my CPU usage is at 17%. So it's not peaking at all. And I'm at 30 FPS and 2600 kilobits per second, which is what I normally do. So not exactly sure if it's, I don't think it's on my side, but anyway, we'll look into it after. 500K here for Zro, 527 for Critical. Zro made his Masters debut in August of this year. Also played in November, and has played a few regionals and other live tournaments. Played at CTWC Genesis in the silver bracket back in February, CTWC Washington in March, Portland in April, and then played in CTWC Bronze, got all the way to the semifinals in Pasadena this year. And so Zro on a mission to win his first Masters match. 647 for Critical, 624 for Zro. What's up, Burbia? And yeah, both players, I think 600K transitions. I'm going to close match database, and sometimes if I leave it open too long, it kind of messes with stuff, but doesn't seem to be doing anything. All right, we'll close Nipe. I'm closing every possible thing I can close, just in case. Amazon, I gotta close Amazon. I'll have to order that cat water fountain later. 733 for Zro, 816 for Critical. All right, I put him down to 360, and now it's like frozen. All right, we'll see. 975 for Zro, 980 for Critical, so pretty close in score, but Zro is behind by like 6 lines, something like that, and he's ahead. So advantageous position for Zro right now. He's got a max out. Critical's got a max out as well. So double max out here in round 1. Yeah, no worries. No worries. We'll just focus on Tetris here. B47 for Zro. Critical is in at about A80. Zro with a 1.15. Potentially 2 more Tetrises before 29. He's going to have to take some burns here, though. Oh, no, and Zro going to top out at B59. The chase down target for Critical is B60, so B59, 340. B60 is the chase down target. He's 9,000 points away, so really just kind of a singly, doubly kind of situation here, floating Mino. And that is going to do it for game 1. Critical with the chase down. He's going to go up 1 game to none. So big pace from Zro in game number 1, 1.1 into. But Critical able to chase it down. And yeah, Zro pretty much not going to survive that 29. So yeah, you might want to just close OBS, Duke, and maybe just restart OBS. Not sure if that's part of it, or check if you were dropping any frames. Like I've closed everything else on my side that I'm able to, and obviously one side is doing okay. And I dropped you down to 360p. Okay, yeah, no problem. Oh, long bar in Critical. Still kind of trying to get that rollover. He set up for one here. E33. Can he get a rollover from here? I don't think so. These are going to be worth like 40, high 40s. He can get 3 more. And he's got a clean, though, and he can't really get the 3 more. So 2 more, though. He can make an effort. There's 1. And no, not going to be able to do it. Critical going to top out E95. But that is okay. So Critical up 1 game to none. We're going to wait for Zro to restart their stream, see if we can get it a little. I mean, it's not the worst deal. As long as we're getting the stream and we can follow it, it's fine. But it is better if we don't have to do that. You know? In the meantime, I'm going to run an ad. Chen with a 7 stream streak. Chen, that's it? 7? Only 7? What? I'm disappointed. Oh, anyway, yeah, it is a re-roll Zro, not an increment. So we do re-roll in Masters. Mostly because we don't. Why is that? Who am I gonna make fun of right now? Let me think. Who's safe to make fun of? Yeah, Dan V. We don't trust Dan V not to cheat, so we gotta re-roll. My 2 approved punching bags are Kingsman and Dan V, so it's okay. You know, with the occasional strays to everybody else. All right, we'll see how it goes. But otherwise, I mean, as long as we're getting the feed and we know what the score is, that's totally fine. All right, FA2B13 looks like both players are ready. Game number 2, Critical's up 1 game to none, 3-2-1. Tetris, you're an approved punching bag? Oh, I don't think so. I don't know you that well. I don't know you well enough. And you know, Kingsman I know really well, and I pay Dan V, so I don't know you well enough. All right, yeah, not sure. I mean, maybe it's on my side, but it doesn't matter. We get a sense of what the score is, and it's totally fine. We'll just go with it. Yeah, don't worry about it, chat. Like, we get it. Let's move on so we can focus on the Tetris. 46,000 for Critical, 45,000 for Zro here in game number 2. Zro had a big transition into 29 in game number 1. Yeah, thanks, Barrett. I'm not gonna. We made an attempt, so we'll worry about it next time. It's not a big deal. As long as we know what score it is and can follow along, that's good enough. All right, Zro perfect so far. Colin has returned, now eating an ice cream sundae. That sounds wonderful. Man, I so deserve one. $186 Critical, 163 for Zro. Yeah, false minute. Let's just move on, if you don't mind. We get it. So let's just kind of move past that as a topic of discussion if we could. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's just, you know, I want the players to be worried about playing Tetris above all. You know what I mean? We tried to fix it, but obviously it's not going to happen. So I just prefer not to harp on it if that's okay. $255 for Critical, $210 for Zro. Oh, that left side for Zro. He's open there for a dirty. You can get a bar down there. He has to cover. Here comes a bar and a bang dirty Tetris for Zro. 245, Critical at 323. Tetris for Critical, 392. Zro back by about, what, 97,000 points? About 2 lines apart. There's a nice Tetris for Zro. Shinobi says, yeah, Zro's wild stacking. I've seen no one play like this. Honestly, it's kind of reminiscent of very early Blue Scooty. But Scooty's definitely reined it in. And as soon as he did, you know, I mean, he started to take off. So it's not a bad comparison. 355 for his row, another dirty. 463 critical. Again, about, you know, 106,000 point lead. You're gonna say stacking like me, says Colin. You're like stacking like Colin. Yeah, except you know, like this row's gonna actually survive. And not top out like, you know, 87 lines in. Yeah, exactly. 511 critical. 383 Zro. What's up, Sorelli? Welcome. Zro with a good flat stack here, 109 lines in. Zro's going to set up with that S. Waiting on the bar. And Critical with a huge pace, 627 through 123, potentially 2 more. Plus he could take a burn or 2 if he needs to. There's the burn. There's 1 Tetris. 650. Why is everybody just, you know, like 650ing all the time? Like in round 1, it's just everyone's just like level 18 just solved. 674 for critical. There's a Tetris for Zro just after getting into 19 as well. 559 for him on level 20. I mean, critical just pacing super hard right now. All right, Critical gonna get set up again. Skims to get Tetris ready. There's a Tetris Critical, 765 on 21. 643 for Zro. Zro back to a good flat stack. Skimming, waiting. $8.19 for Critical on 23. Gonna start to slow down a little bit though. He's got gaps and tucks and all kinds of weirdness that he's got to fix. Let's see, yeah, I was wondering if he was gonna take those 2 J pieces and maybe try to set up for some weird, you know, dirty, but no, just gonna bring it back down. He's got a lead. But yeah, throughout all that burning, Zro able to close the gap now considerably. It's about a 50-something thousand point lead. With the lines tied, yeah, it's 53,000 point lead, so about a Tetris and a half, Tetris and 2/3, something like that. Yeah, now Zro's the one digging. Oh, Critical's left-hand side is going to be cut off. So Zro now in an immediate chase down situation. 882 is the target. 882. And Zro going to get a double. And yeah, it looks like there was a flash for a Tetris. So Zro is good in game number 2. So Critical with the huge pace early on, but then got admired in a dig and then just kind of trying to just kind of shimmy his way out of it, ended up getting caught flat-footed with some, you know, the piece over on the left side totally blocked off. So Zero is good. Okay, so yeah, new pieces are here. You can take a moment if you need it, but 58E3CF, 58E3CF. Dude, can you convince Kingsman that he's got to go for your look, really? Like, he's just got to shave that head and maybe grow some kind of beard out on the bottom. Just convince him to do it. Duke, he needs to do. He needs an intervention. You know, you're rocking that look. I think Kingsman's got to do it too. Chen says, "I agree, Vandy." All right, 58E3CF. Basically, Kings need to change his whole appearance. Yeah, true. That's all right. He's recomping this this winter. All right. Yeah, so looks like we are good. Let's go ahead and get him started. Game number 3. What was once a best of 5, now a best of 3, 3, 2, 1 Tetris. Yep, you got to know the truth and let it go. Yeah, exactly. Just live with it. And you can wear a hat, you know? You know, when you want it, when you're feeling a little bit shy, you just wear a hat. It's fine. Or you can just rock it out. Either way, it's fine. No one pees the scene. Now I need to demod someone. That's it. I'm going to come up with a wheel of mods. And then just, you know, spin the wheel of mods, and whoever it lands on, demodded. Unless they need to be modded, you know, like DMV's got to be a mod. That's it. I can't. Tyler is the first. Are you kidding? Tyler is like essential. Like, y'all think Tyler just some goofball, but, you know, guy works hard. He shows up. He takes care of stuff. He's a good guy. Yeah, don't worry. No, Duke, don't worry about it. You're all good. You're all good. Just, you know, don't worry about it. Just worry about it later. You know what I mean? Test it out later. It's all about the match now. So. 137 critical, 96,000 for Zro. Ravioli says, "I'm clearly your most essential viewer, Vandy. What would you do without me?" Well, you know, you've come a long way as a chatter. What's up, Blue Scooty's grandpa? How's it going? 50% of the time it's Windows updates waiting to be applied. Yeah, I find that on the Mac. That's the one thing that's like weird about the Mac. Like, I'll never get a notification that something needs to be updated, but just random, inexplicable, unpredictable things just start to not work for like no reason, even related, presumably related to it. And you're just like, oh, let me restart and everything's, or apply the update and it's fine. It's just kind of, I think it's what they do. I think they do it on purpose to force you to do these updates. I don't think the thing that is actually broken and not working is related to the updates at all. That's my conspiracy. I'm not a conspiracy theory person, right? I think reality is much more straightforward, and most things are explained by incompetence rather than, conspiracy. But it's my one conspiracy. $370 for Critical, $273 for Zro. Oh, and Critical gonna top out at $370. So Zro with a chase down target, $371. If somebody wants to go back and get the full score just in case we need it, but $371 target for Zro. Yeah, needs to get to 371. Obviously, he's got all day to do it. $370, $500. Okay, great. Perfect. And there it is. Yeah, Zro's got it. So Zro is good in game number 3 and goes up 2 games to 1. Colin says, I work in patch management. That's what my company does. You may be onto something. Yeah, I think just random stuff stops working, or selected stuff stops working. It has nothing to do with the patch, and it's just to get you to do the patch. Like, that's what I believe. I truly believe that. 746FC0. 746FC0. Danny with the tier 1 sub, 21 months. Thank you, Danny. All right, Critical. Getting some practice in here. Your job is safe for now. No job is safe. Oh, as a mod. Oh, okay. Even then, not safe. Yeah, we need a bot to say it has been such and such days, so many days since your last pin. All right, looks like both players are ready. 746 FCO. Game number 4. Critical now up against it. Got to win this one to force a deciding game 5. Otherwise, it's going to be Zro moving on. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. I didn't realize that Critical was such a yapper. I mean, this is like Sodium-esque. I mean, Sodium definitely the biggest yapper, right? But Critical, Sodium doesn't play that much anymore. Occasionally he'll pop in. But Critical definitely making a case for biggest yapper. Or at least second to Sodium. Oh no. We're gonna miss with that L piece, but maybe he can fling a T in there. No, I guess not. You think he's singing? Oh, that could be. I don't know. I don't think singing is like, I don't think you kind of like break into laughter every once in a while when you're singing, you know. 133 for Critical, 145 for Zro. Zro's got some gaps, unless you're singing a parody. Yeah, of course he's on PC. Yeah. I mean, all right, that's a dirty for Zro. He's excited. 169, 137 for Critical. Zro has yet to win a match in a Masters event, and now he's one win away from potentially doing it. A Critical, tough customer. All right, Zro, interesting build here. Gonna knock it down, get it dirty. 210 Zro, 216 for Critical. So kind of on pace for like a low to mid 400 transition into 19, both of them. When does Doodle play? Doodle is scheduled to play at 8 p.m. Central, so an hour and 8 minutes from now. But it depends on, you know, the second game could go long in this orange bracket. We need a Doodle command to find out when Doodle plays. All right, I'll work on it. Oh shoot, Tyler is here. Oh, don't listen to what if you weren't here the whole time, Tyler, don't go back and listen. I was praising you. You don't want to hear that. $321 for Zro, 365 for Critical. Zro pretty high here, taking that chunk down. I presume a long bar game, and I presume a Tetris happened. 355 for Zro, 436 for Critical. All right, long bar. That's an interesting topic. Thank you. So Zro in at 411, Critical in at 510. So Critical with a good second half of that 18. All right, you guys getting a little weird. $551 for Critical, $462 for Zro. So Critical ahead by 140 something thousand. All right, little delayed combo burn thing there for Critical. Gets a Tetris in column 2. 674. There's one for Zero 533. That's true. There's no A-frame ladder in the background to talk about. You're right. When does Blue Scooty's grandpa play in Masters? Oh my God, I'd love to see it. Wait, Grandpa, do you play? Have you? I don't really know. Do you play or not play or? What's up? 688 Critical, 600 for Zro. Danny, what's Grandpa's PB? $102. He tried to play, but the controller was turned around the wrong way. Oh my goodness gracious. Do you also have to help him? Do you have to like program the VCR? I want to record my stories. 854 for Critical, 740 for Zro. I have a VCR. I do. I have two. How many? Oh, I just have one right now. I do have one. $903 Critical, 781 for Zro. So we are rapidly approaching level 29. He still listens to music on wax cylinders. I have a friend who collects those. All right, Tetris Zro, 860. 917 for Critical. Got sort of a well going in the middle, but he's just going to knock it back down here on level 30. 900K for Zro, just, a Tetris behind. And Zro going to get a Tetris. He's in the lead, 942 to 937. Oh, Critical in trouble. There's a dirty Tetris at 978. And that's going to be a top out. 980 is the target. So Zro, if he gets to 980, is going to take this. We'll see if he can get a long bar down, and he's going to block. Can he survive this? And no, he is not going to be able to chase down Critical. So Critical will hang on and take game number 4, and we are headed to a deciding game number 5, decider time. By the way, non-alcoholic decider, okay? So yeah, this is just regular cider that's consumable by everyone. So here you go. Here's a little for Critical's avatar, a little for you. And then here's a little for Zro as well. There you go. Oh, he's like choking on it. Oh man. Holy moly. I thought Zro had him in that one. It's hard to know exactly how it kind of went down in reality just because of the delay and all that, but I thought Zro had him. Scooty's coming tomorrow. You'll play him. Okay, it's decider time. The winner moves on to round 2 to take on Peak. Who is it going to be? Well, we're going to find out. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. All right, Zro waiting for a bar for Tetris number 4. Finally, gonna have to take the skim there. And gets it 97,000. Zro 81,000 for Critical. Tetris Critical 149, 145 Zro. Critical gonna take that Z spin, get it, skim off a T, get Tetris ready. Tetris Critical 201. Dro gonna use that long bar. All right, Critical. An awkward series of placements here, not placements, but really just, of holes in the board, but finally gets the long bar down to knock this down. Another one, 256 for him, 248 for Zro, showing at 61 lines now. You're sure? I'm very concerned about this. About what was I? Oh, you guys are negotiating when people are calling. You're like literally doing life stuff in the chat. I am concerned. I'm going to follow up, make sure everybody, follows through on their responsibilities here. So thank you for including me. 326 for Critical, 324 for Zro. All right, Danny, keep me apprised on Christmas Eve. Oh no, Zro's left side. So yeah, it's gonna need a bar to fix that or to just chop it down bit by bit, but let's see if he gets one. Yeah, there is a bar that'll help fix it. Split triple, I think. Yeah, that's gonna be a dirty for Zro. There's a skim and a Tetris for Critical, 443. And there's a dirty Tetris for Zro. Zro trying to give us some thumbnail faces. All right. Critical 5, 11, 10 lines to go until 19. All right, Critical gonna triple into 19, long bar down, Tetris 568. Zro is set up for a dirty if he can get a bar. And he's really just, okay. I think he's just knocking it down here. 465 for Zro. Critical, super clean right now and ahead 180,000 points. Also ahead 11 lines, now more. There's a dirty for Zro. A misdrop there with the L piece. I'm gonna slow him down a little bit. You know, it's tough, right? Because Zro is so kind of frenetic and chaotic stacker, right? So it's hard to predict really what he's gonna do. And then coupled just kind of with the stream, it's like I don't know, it's like total chaos. But I don't know, somehow it works and it's fun. But all right, 533 for Zro, 737 for Critical. Oh no, that Spire for Zro. Gonna have to work that down. And, you know, it's a big lead, 250 for Critical, but Zro not out of it. I mean, Critical has kind of thrown a couple games in the, 20s, whatever phase, an earlier phase. So, Zro definitely not out of it. Man, especially in these early rounds, that kind of stuff can happen. There is some chaos that can happen. There's a Tetris. Critical, though, looking very strong here, 896 through 25. Billy Mac with the 20 months. Thank you, Billy Mac Makes. Look up Billy Mac Makes over on YouTube for some woodworking and DIY stuff from our old friend, Billy Mac. All right, 637 for Zro on 26. And of course, Billy Mac, a known Canadian. $983 for Critical on 28. Zro 715. Still 12 lines to go. Oh, and he's setting up for a dirty. And I think he got it. It's hard to know. But anyway, 756 Zro. A37 for Critical on 30. Zro with a clean, flat board as we approach level 29. Tetris for Zro. 830. Looks like another one incoming gets it. 867. Critical with a Tetris B05. Zro is set up again. Give it a Tetris. It's going to get him up to 913. Oh, Critical with a bit of a misdrop here. Going to create some holes in the board. It requires some attention. This is going to be tough. Critical going to top out at B54. Target for Zro. Oh no, is B55. Needs to get a bar and cannot do it. So Zro it was probably relatively simultaneous when those happened, but that is gonna do it. Critical will hang on and take this one in a sweep. 3 games to 2, but great Tetris play by Zro. So GG's to you, Zro. You did great. 3-2. Critical's a tough player. 17th seed. That is tough. So you did great. Hope to see you again. Oh, did I say in a sweep? I mean, took this in a decider. A decider. Yep. A decider. Sorry, guys. Sorry. I said the wrong word. Sorry. Yeah, Critical takes this one in a decider. And there it is. So we are going to go ahead and run an ad real quick. We're going to bring in Peak. Again, GG's Row. Hope to see you again. I know, someone made a mistake on the internet. What the heck? I know, it's been 48 years. I've never made a mistake. And I finally did. All right, so we're going to say goodbye to our good friend number 32. Goodbye, 32. We're going to bring Critical over there. All right, and we will get the camera situated. You're going to go here to watch all the jank. The jank is here. All right, there we go. All the jank is here. We're going to turn you around. You can stay your normal side. That's fine. It happens once a decade. Well, that's right. I still got 4 more I can do then. All right, there we go. That looks good. And then, all right, so it's big Critical versus little Critical. There you go. Who's going to win? All right, if my stream deck would work. There we go. All right. Let's reset all this. Doop-be-doop, doop-be-doop. I'm going to make a button that just does all this at one button. Yeah, thanks again, Duke, for trying to get that solved. I know it's not easy, but appreciate the effort there. So maybe somebody in the Discord or one of the Discords that you're in could help you out with that. We're just going to let these people play away from their pieces, okay? We're just going to let them do it. They're facing away. Maximum aura. You don't even have to look. Your OCD is going to go berserk. Why? I mean, you know, they actually are looking at their pieces. Just so you know, like in reality, they are looking at their pieces. Just so you know. I just wanted to, I want you to know that. Man, let me just tap one of these stencils into place a little better. Player 2 game. Right click. Reset the transform. Yeah, that's perfect. Great. All right, players, I am going to go ahead and give you some pieces. They are here. B14593. And let me just refresh both these just to be sure that they're synced up. 16 and 17. You know, about 617. Blah, blah, blah. Vandy, where are your channel points? I don't know what you're talking about. I have almost nothing to do with channel points. If we're up to B, there'd be no channel points. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, is there there's a poll or a prediction? Got it. Don't come crying to me. I don't know anything about it. I never run a prediction. I don't know anything about it. All right, looks like both players are ready. This is round 2. It's going to be peak versus critical. This is of peak importance. This is of critical importance. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's go ahead and get them started. Game number 1, 3, 2, 1, Tetris. On the left side, Peak, seed number 16 from the United States of America. Peak has an overall PB of 1.84 million, according to a thing that I looked at in the robot. That's where I look. And I don't know if it's right, but that's what it says in the bot. Peak qualified in with a 1.33 million. And Peak's 1.84 million would be about 54th on the PB leaderboard if it were on it. Peak not ranked in the open rankings, but is ranked, I think, number 19 in the DAS rankings of the Premier Poll, a ranking of Tetris players across open and DAS formats. And you can find the full rankings over at premierpoll.com. Premier as in first, not as in best. Anyway, Peak does a lot of work over at Classic Tetris League. You've seen Peak play in CTWC Gold Bracket one time. That was in 2021. Also played in Silver Bracket in 2020 and 2022. 4-time Mega Masters player. Played in Mega Dasters this year as well. You've also seen Peak at the Space City Regional this year. Top 8 in both Open and DAS. I don't know how many players there were, so maybe top 8 is just how many players there were. I don't know. Could be. But I've also seen Peak play in those old CT DAS real and test tournaments back in the day. Took second in the second real tournament against Leo. He's played a bunch in DAS Masters, finishing as high as the semifinals, which he did in August of 2024. Also played in Pumpy's one-day tournaments. And made it into top 8 of STM No Bars this year. Went out against O. $264 for Peak, $224 for Critical. And on the right side, it is Critical. Seed number 17 defeated Zro in a decider to make it here to round number 2. Has a PB of 2.96 million. And that would be number 31 if it were on the leaderboard spreadsheet. But it isn't. So it's approximately number 31-ish. Critical made his Masters debut earlier this year. I think, what did I say? It was February. 343 for Peak, 298 for Critical. See, it's like the competitive scene has been around long enough, you know, Tetris scene and all that. That we're now starting to recycle names here. So we used to have a lapis, and now we have now we have another one. We used to have a crab, and now we have a different one. So yeah, so eventually we're just gonna have a different sodium, a different fractal. The great it's just we're just replacing all of the Tetris players with different ones. But anyway, Crytical, yeah, made his Masters debut. In February. He's played a bunch in Classic Tetris League, Arcadian, the CTAP tournament. You also saw him at CTWC Northeast. In Connecticut, also in Philadelphia. And he's still active in the Futures tournament for November in CTM. Not his fault, but apparently still sitting there in this. I guess he's in the finals. I guess he's made it to the finals. $482 for Peak, $395 for Crytical. Tetris Crytical 446 into 19. Peak is in at 533. Nobody can be named Jonas or Joseph again. I mean, even Joseph was a replacement, right? I mean, we had Joey Parker, and I guess Joseph, you know, kind of went by Joey at that time, and that, all right, well, there's already a Joey, so I'll just be Joseph, I guess. Maybe Tetris can retire names like they retire numbers in any other sport. I like that idea. You can retire names. You cannot be... Sorry if your name is, you know, Robert, but you cannot be a Robert anymore. No way did Joseph go by Joey? Yeah, he did. There's a Tetris Peak. I think that was column 9 or column 8, 609 for him. 547 for Crytical. Yeah, there was already Joey Parker, so... Like, all right, I'll be Joseph. I mean, can you imagine if we were like, oh, Joey Saley? I feel like Tetris history would be different if the story were Joey Saley. You think we have like the Actors Guild where you can only have like one name? Yeah, but how do you explain that to like a newcomer? Like, you know, Jeff gets his name retired, and then there's like a new Jeff, and he's like, "Hi, I'm Jeff. I've just learned about Classic Tetris, and I'm super interested." And you're like, "Sorry, Jeff. You need to change your name. We already have a Jeff." Like that would not be the most welcoming thing. All right. Crytical Lapis 716 and another Tetris. So Crytical in the score lead, but 10 lines ahead. Rattel Jaguar, what's going on? How are the matches going? Yeah, I mean, they're going. We're still doing them. Crytical with the early spin of the S. That's going to slow him down a little bit. He was just getting a little momentum, kind of getting out into a score lead. Slows him down a little. Oh, people kept confusing my old name with another Benji, and even top players kept asking, so you were sighing every time it happened. Wow. I mean, I can't think of... Wait, were you Benji on Norg? Like a different Benji? Benji was you. I remember you. Okay. Okay, I remember that. People keep asking if you're James Chen. You know, if you were, you would not be a Vandy fan at all. 954 for Critical. Critical with the max out here on 31 and Peak and a top out on 30 at 852. So Critical is good. So Critical is good in game number 1. Yeah, Corian, you were not there. Hi, my name is Corian, and I'm interested in classic Tetris, guys. How do I play? And they're like, nope, can never be another Corian. Does Corian mean sorghum? Like, which is like some commodity grain or whatever? Does that mean sorghum? I feel like I looked that up and that means sorghum. You know, this whole thing. Yeah, there's been a million dogs, you know. Of course, there's Doge, there's dog. There was another DAWG dog. There was Doggo Woof Woof. Yeah, like you can inherit the thing. I think that should be a thing that happens in sports, like you can pass your number on to your, you know. So like Bronny James or whatever can wear, when LeBron retires, can wear his number. All right, Critical taking a phone call here. So yeah, let's let him, obviously it's important. Oh, this is like almost D side. This should be the thing. All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's go. Game number 2, Critical. Up 1-0. Got one more match after this one, by the way. Doodle. Doodle versus Poopy. I was gonna say Duty versus Poople. But it's Doodle versus Poopy. You know? It's not my fault. I better not accidentally say that when Doodle is playing. Doodle, right? Doodle. Not do-D. I know, I'm just making all these mistakes on the internet. It's a problem. I should clip it and ship it to Linespin Media? Yeah, I mean, Linespin Media has been dormant for a while. I would like to bring it back. But I'm too stupid, so. Skimming a Tetris for Peak, 96,138 for Critical. Y'all, we do have a bunch more. I wouldn't say a bunch more, but it's a good amount of Tetris tomorrow. We've got some morning streams here in Texas, 9 and 10 a.m. Akatu versus Jati. And then Winter versus Hepta. That's the Masters Red round 2. So Akatu versus Jati is Pink round 1. And then Red round 2 is Winter versus Hepta. And then in the afternoon, it's going to be Knight versus Tugi in the top 16 already. Like, this stuff is happening. And then tomorrow, the Futures Finals for November. On November 50th. Crytical in, yeah, this is going to be really tough. Well, no. All right, so that's a top out for Crytical at 216. 217 would clinch it here for Peak. Long bar down 207, just needs another 10,000. 217 long bar in, and there it is. Peak going to take game number 2. You are good. Peak looks like he's having a blast. I mean, yeah, this is like, he's in his element. Vandy, I probably won't make the morning streams. Oh no, your streak. What are you gonna do, buddy? $569 DBD. Anyway, so yeah, those early Masters matches, then the top 16, Knight versus Tugi, love it happening. Then Futures Final is going to be Jati versus Crytical, streamed by Tyler. And then, like, right after that, it's going to be Masters Purple, round 1, round 2, or at least round 1, Allen versus Somalian. Oh, did you spoil it? Or no, I guess not. No, I think it's fine. No, he's smiling. He's trying really hard. He's trying really hard. It's beautiful. All right, 569 DBD. DBD. I'm going to go buy some DBDs. All right, let's get him started. Game number 3, Peak and Crytical after an early top out for Crytical 3-2-1 Tetris. Vandy should have recreated you're the youngest person ever meme with Zro. I don't know what the you're the youngest person ever meme is. I don't know what that means. That's a meme? I can't keep up with all the memes, you know? Tetris Crytical 94,114 for Peak through 20. Like, yeah, I'm a 48-year-old man, okay? Like, you guys are lucky that I know any memes. No one who can vote can keep up with all the memes. Yeah, my voting activity takes up a lot of what would otherwise be my meme activity. So, Shianobi, you should be banned. Oh my goodness gracious. 166 for Crytical, 208 for Peak. Shinobi, how many times have you been banned from this channel? Like, I don't know, like 6, 7, something like that. It's a lot of times. I'm just waiting till Michael Bay makes the 6-7 movie, or we start seeing like 6-7 toys at Target. Somebody will do it. Someone will figure it out. You saw a 6-7 pin at Newbury Comics yesterday. Oh my god, that really takes me back. Newbury Comics. Where were you at a Newbury Comics? At like the Burlington Mall? Where's a Newbury Comics? Let me tell you something, Colby. Main Mall. When I was a kid, man, Newbury Comics was so good as a place to buy music. Like, they just had stuff that nobody else really had in the area. Oh man, we were like twice blessed. Like we had a place where, I don't know, maybe about 100 yards away there was a Tower Records and a Newbury Comics. Yeah, those were the days. Oh, Critical with the hang of that bar. My goodness, gonna recover. Yeah, when I was in Dublin a few years back, I went, they have something called a Tower Records. It's got the same logo. I don't know if it's related to it or not. It had the same logo, but it kind of seemed like it was its own entity, sort of like how Kmart in Australia seems like it's like kind of its own thing. I don't know, it's weird. But I liked it. I liked it. $3.99 for Critical, $4.80 for Peak. Yeah, Newbury Comics was not a really, I mean, I guess they had comic books, but it was mostly a music store. In the New England area. $5.50 for Peak, $4.30 for Critical. And it was kind of a center of culture if you're like an alternative kid, you know. $4.79 for Critical, $5.74 for Peak. Yeah, I went to the Newbury Comics and it was at the Burlington Mall a couple of years back, and it was just kind of disappointing. It was busy. I just don't know what people are buying. Like, have we reached like peak Funko Pop figures and all those vinyl figures yet? Tetris Critical, $6.35, $6.22 here for Peak. Oh, they have a lot of manga there. That's right, I remember that. $6.15 Critical, $7.06 Peak. And at level 23, there's a Tetris Critical 714, 777 for Peak. For jail release, call 777-7777. Remember that? Was that like a national thing? In the US? I think so. Tetris for Peak, 900,000. Another Tetris, 932. There's one Critical, 840. I have a big 444 billboard right near my apartment, so I get reminded of that all the time. All right, Critical building out that right side with tucks and spins and all that. Gets a long bar down, 881, A31 for Peak. 150,000 point lead for Peak, one line apart. 10-10, 220. Oh my God, you are a 90s kid. That's how you could like save on long distance by dialing 10-10-220 before you dialed a long distance number. All right, Critical Tetris A34 B21 for Peak. Both are on 29 now. Peak clean board. Critical board not survivable. That's going to be a top out for Critical. Peak's going to go up 2-1. You just heard 10-10-220. Yeah, I don't know if you guys know this if you're young, but like if you called someone that was out of your local area, you used to get charged extra money for that. All right, Spin Tuck. Have a great night. The next town over for you is long distance. Yeah, text messages used to be 10 cents a piece. I mean, maybe that's what we need, you know, like not for text messages, but TikTok is 10 cents a swipe. Every time you swipe up or whatever, 10 cents. Mom, can you pay my TikTok bill? Rollover minutes? Yeah, if your phone plan came with a certain number of minutes. And if you didn't use all the minutes, like a big, one thing that, people would get mad, like, oh, I didn't use all my minutes, whatever. So a big promotion was you could roll your unused minutes over to the next month. All right, both players ready. Game number 4. Peak up 2-1 over Critical. Let's get them started. Game number 4, 3-2-1 Tetris. 101 viewers, 90 of them completely lost. I mean, I think I'm explaining it to them. I'm telling them what it was like. Vandy, you are just encouraging kids to use mom's credit card without permission or knowledge. No, I would never do such a thing. By the way, there is a prize pool for this tournament, and you are encouraged to contribute to it by any available means. Use that Matcherino command while you're watching live, or go to the description if you're watching the VOD on YouTube. And that will bring up a link. Click on that link. It'll take you to the landing page for this tournament with our prize pool partner, Matcherino. And all the funds earmarked for the players go to the players. Imagine that. Encourage kids to use mom's credit card to raise the prize pool. Yeah, I would never do that. $82,000 for Peak, $55,000 Critical. Critical gets a Tetris. And we are underway here in game number 4. Peak looking to lock it up right now. Critical needs to win to force a deciding game number 5. What is sorghum? Is that just used in like animal feed or something? What is sorghum? Sorghum molasses. All right, well, that explains it. Thank you, JDH. Sorghum molasses. All right, Critical in kind of a situation. All right, so those of you who watch a lot of the other shows, you know, the other tournaments and CTLs and all the other thing, how often do people go in, you know, like Critical's in a critical situation? Does that happen like every time? I'm trying to avoid it. I may have done it like 1 or 2 times early on, but I try to avoid it. Yeah, Critical's like, yep, all the time. You know, it's like Critical's in a critical situation. You know? $324 for Peak, $284 for Critical. I guess I even did it this stream though, because there was Peak and Critical, and then so I guess I did it too. Oh God. Don't become what you hate, guys. All right, Tetris for Critical, 338, 353 for Peak. I'm going to sleep well today. I'll tell you that. Got a lot done, plus, you know, multiple hours of Tetris. You are what you hate? Oh my goodness. It's not true. All right, so Pete gonna kind of miss with that S piece. A little bit frustrating there, but gonna try to knock this away. A couple more burns to do it. Opens the right side. Long bar in. Tetris Peak. 452, 455 for Critical. At least you don't say neck and neck over and over and think it's hilarious. Yeah, well, I've been forgetting to do that, so thanks for the reminder. Anyway, these two neck and neck. Oh my God, neck and neck. No, I'm just kidding. All right, 475 for Peak, 524 for Critical. It's my birthday. My birthday transition, 524. Tetris Critical 574. There's one Peak 552. 3-line difference. Sorghum millet is the world's 5th most important cereal crop after rice, wheat, maize, and barley. So sorghum is millet? Sorghum is millet. So it's like millet the milled product and sorghum is its like precursor. Millet is sorghum. Oh no, Critical got a top out 628 and Peak is good in game number 3. Peak will be moving on to the round of 16 against Blue Scooty. So let's see, Critical and Zro went to a decider, right? Anyway, GG's Critical. Good matchup against Zro. But yeah, Peak too strong today. All right, GG's to you, Peak. We're going to take a look. Sorghum bicolor, commonly called sorghum and also known as broom corn, great millet, Indian millet, Guinea corn, jowar, or milo is a species of grass genus sorghum cultivated chiefly for its grain. Thanks, Peak. Appreciate that. GG's to you. Good luck in the next round. I know. Peak, you got to stop finishing 16 and 17 seed. Okay? You got to figure that out. How do you not finish 16 and 17 seed? It's like, seems like all the time. Peak is like always orange bracket. I don't know why. He's always in the orange bracket of everything. Okay. Well, we have a few minutes. I don't know if these players are ready or not, but I guess I don't know if I've ever had sorghum unless it's like in something, but I never just sat down and said, I need a bowl of millet. I'm going to have a nice bowl of millet. All right, so let's go ahead and get rid of 16. Goodbye. And we're going to bring in, there's one more match. It's going to be green, so 18. Wait, actually, is there something else turned on behind 18? Raisin Millet Crunch. Why do I feel like that is game 1? Is there something highlighted? Or... oh, I guess not. Oh, I guess not. Okay, that makes sense. Anyway, we'll bring in Doodle. 18. Buttons are slow today. Probably going to refresh the thing. And we'll get rid of 17. GG's Critical. See you again. My girlfriend says, is he talking about food again? I mean, it's universal, right? Sorghum originated and was domesticated in Sudan and is widely cultivated in tropical and subtropical regions. So what is it in? Like, what do I do with sorghum? Am I buying sorghum? But sorghum. That cannot be the right thing here. So let me update the URL for player number 31. All right, so these players may not be ready. Their match was it was scheduled to start at 8 p.m. So they may not be quite ready. I don't know if Doodle is in the thing. Doodle does not appear to be in the chat, so we'll go ahead and just play a little bit while we wait. Sorghum is gluten-free. Oh my God, thank God. Oof. All right, I got a messy chair behind me with some clothes that need to be folded. So you've been live for an hour. Are you on Doodle 89? Oh. Is Poopy here as well? Poopy is here. All right, we can go right now if you want to. Yeah, let's go. If you're ready. And you don't have to watch me try to max out feebly, you know? All right, so let's Oh, there you go. All right, you're I guess I just had to refresh on my side. Whew. All right. Camera. No, it was all me. Alrighty, Roo. Face your pieces. All right. Got to get this going. So I don't know. Are you guys good pretty much to start in a minute or two, or do you want to wait? Since the original scheduled time was 8 o'clock, I do want to respect that time. Earthquake right now? You're having an earthquake? Like for real? I mean, I know you're in San Francisco. Poopy, is your laptop plugged in? That's that is a really good question, actually. All right, we're gonna get you some pieces, y'all. All right, the pieces are here. No, those were not. Those are the pieces from the previous match, guys. Those are not your pieces. You don't get to run back those pieces. That would be a thing. Eventually, we're gonna do that. We're gonna have different. We're gonna have a all same seed, maybe same seed by round. You know, and you can route out. You can route the whole thing out. I think that would be fun. Yeah, I mean, either a 1 seed or 1 seed per round. But then again, getting to know that seed over the course of a tournament would be really interesting. And I don't know. It would be interesting. A 1 seed qualifier. Yeah, I mean, it's in the STM. But maybe we'll do that for STM. I want to do. Anyway, let's get these players started. E9AC91. Doodle versus Poopy. US versus New Zealand. Wow. Let's go ahead and... All right, I was about to get them started. Poopy left the room. Should I just start? Will they just start? Will they just run into the room when I start it? All right, there we go. All right, looks like both players are ready. Let's go ahead and get them started. Oh wait, Colin, you're saying CTW Battle Royal is gonna is gonna pick up our format that we're gonna do? Oh my goodness. Imagine that. That would be a new thing for you guys. Oh wait. I'm not supposed to make fun of other tournament organizations playfully in a fun way. As I do. I read that. I joined a Discord server. I was looking something up. I came across somebody saying, oh, Vandy spends too much time tearing down other organizations. He needs to stop doing that. And I'm like, yeah, it's like not serious, you know. On the left side of your screen, it's Doodle. Seed number 18 from the United States of America has a PB of 1.64 million, according to my research. You know what my research was? It was looking up Doodle's profile in the bot. Let's see if it's... There it is, 1.64 million. Doodle qualled in with a 1.294. That was the average of his best 2 games played in a 1-hour qualifier. Doodle's 1.64 PB would be about 68 on the overall PB list. Except that it's not there. All right, Doodle here with his dirty triple. He's trying to knock this down. Oh, look at that split double to open and a long bar down Tetris for Doodle and another one. So Doodle now in good shape very quickly. Pieces that worked out for him. 221 for him, 171 for Poopy. Let's see, Doodle has played in Mega Masters in 2023 and 2024, made his first Masters event, like monthly Masters, this year in February. Took out Somalian in round 1. Also played in DAS Masters, played in Mega Masters again, so 3-time Mega Master. Has been in DAS Masters a few times. Played recently in Pumpy's 12-day, so CT level 12, combined with his 1-day format. And I think made it into the bracket rounds. Eventually ended up going out to Trap Zone, who was the runner-up to Pixelandia in that one. So, you know, if you lose to a finalist, it's okay. Doodle played a bunch in Pumpy's other tournaments, also played in Classic Tetris League. Has won a hopeful circuit. That was back in March of 23. Played a bunch in Tetris for the non-pros. As matches going all the way back to January of 2022. 496 for Doodle. 491 for Poopy. Michael with the raid party of 6. Thank you, Michael. Appreciate that. On the right side of your screen, Poopy Old Hag seed number 31. New Zealand with a PB of 1.22. And appears to be playing DAS. So I think Poopy's qualifier was with DAS, and I don't think Poopy is moving on DAS, if I'm not mistaken, right? Still with that 1.22 million. So, all right, the hope for DAS in the Masters event here. DAS and Masters, guys, there's still hope. The great DAS hope. Poopy played in Mega Masters in 2023. 600K transition here for Doodle, but kind of complicated stack here on 19. So yeah, Poopy played in Mega Masters in 2023. Played in Das Masters a few times. Several times. Has gotten as far as round 2. Wait, has Poopy not been in Masters before? Poopy's been in Masters, right? $640 for Poopy, and yeah, there's gonna be a top out for Poopy at $640. $678 for Doodle. Doodle is good. Wait, why am I not seeing that Poopy's been in? I'm in the match database right now, and I'm very confused because I would have sworn. What is happening? And of course, Liquipedia throwing me errors. But yeah, why am I not seeing Masters? I guess not. No. Poopy's been in Mega Masters. But I guess this is Poopy's Masters debut, which doesn't sound right, but I guess it is. What? Is that true? Here's new pieces, 6A, 64DA. How can that be true? So Poopy was in Mega Masters in 2023, has been in Das Masters a bunch. I guess that's true. Wow. So Poopy making their debut in Masters. That didn't even register with me that was the case. Wow. I'm excited. Well, yeah, but Poopy's been around for a long time. You know, going back to 2020, so you think maybe once. It's your first non-Mega Masters. Well, congratulations, Poopy. Anyway, looks like both players are ready to go in game number 2. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So there is still hope for Das. My God. 3, 2, 1, Tetris. So anyway, Poopy's played a bunch in Classic Tetris League, kind of lower divisions in CTM. Has won a community tier 3 finals, won a community tournament for the first time back in March of 21. Won a tier 1 finals, community tier 1 in December of 2022. Won another tier 1 community in July. I think that was June of 2023. Basically took place in July. Won a Hopefuls. Oh, won Hopefuls for November of this year. So just fresh off a Hopefuls victory, defeating Mari in the finals. And making their debut right here in the Masters event. So yeah, okay, first time in. Poopy was in Mega Masters, won a match played 2 overall matches in Mega Masters that 2023, but yeah, first ever Masters. 164 for Doodle, 147 for Poopy. There's a Tetris for Doodle, 191, 174 for Poopy. This and the WR track are my top 2 flex style tracks. What's the WR one? The one where Hydrant got the first rollover? Oh, I'll have to find that. Was this song played at the Flex Style concert at Lone Star 23? Probably. I mean, he went through a lot. You know, his songs are very short, so you can get through a lot of songs. We were there for a long time, so. Well, I would like to revive Lone Star. It's just tough because it's kind of a big expense, and I just kind of wanted to. I got to figure out a way for it to pay for itself because I don't want to go e-begging to support it. You know what I mean? I would like for it to pay for itself somehow. You were working at your job that you quit that very next Monday? Oh, bro. The heck? But yeah, those previous Lone Stars, you know, I was working and I was able to sort of put them on and fund them, you know, out of the goodness of my heart. And then one of them, we did get some extra stuff because of some fundraising, but I don't want to have to do that. Host at Vandy headquarters, $300 entry fee profit. All right, I'll work on it. I'll figure out a way to bring it back, but it's got to be self-sustaining. 383 for Doodle, 454 for Poopy. Maybe I can strike up a deal with some, I don't know, some, well, I don't want to get into it. All right, anyway, 420, 430 for Doodle, 477 for Poopy. Just start taking 100 each month for the Matcherino. Nobody will notice. Yeah, Tetris, that'll work. That'll work. I know. Can't do it. Can't do it. Crowdfund it? Yeah, I'm not. I don't. See, that's what I'm trying not to do. Like, I want it to pay for itself. All right, 524 here for Doodle, 549 for Poopy. Poopy still one more Tetris away, 573. This is a good pace for Poopy here with Das. It's a 597 into 19. Poopy very consistent. Yeah, Colin fund it. We'll set up something on Colin Fund Me. All right, split triple there for Poopy, 606. 612 for Doodle. You funded CTW Live and still haven't financially recovered? I know how that works. I guess if I were still working, I could do all that stuff, but it's just hard to... Oh my God, Poopy here, gonna triple and a Tetris. So the survival here from Poopy, 651. And Poopy is, you know, back by like 14 lines, but only, you know, 50 something thousand points. So this is very close. Tetris Doodle 746, 737 for Poopy. Long bar over Tetris Poopy 766. You forget how consistent Poopy is, which I guess you got to be to sort of qual in to Masters with Das. For Doodle 839. Oh, those quick taps. Poopy trying to get set up again. Oh, how are the pieces moving like that? This is like Das with some tricks. This is like more hybrid. There's like double quick taps going on here. Oh, gonna miss the T-spin, but trying to recover here. Doodle starting to pull away a little bit, I guess, in score, but Poopy, you know, 14 lines back. There's some chase down ability. Of course, Doodle, as the roller, should have some level 29 that, of course, Poopy will not have. And yeah, Doodle's starting to pull away here, and Poopy's board, yeah, he's gonna get it. They're gonna get a Tetris kind of down, but this is not really gonna go anywhere. So that is gonna be a top out. Valiant effort from Poopy. Really did some stuff that looked really weird. So there's like double quick taps going on over there. I don't know. Should we unblock double quick taps in Das Masters? I'm starting to think so. All right. Well, Doodle's going to take game number 2. Turn the Hertz counter on. Well, Poopy's not locked into playing Das. You know, they don't have to play Das. It's not a Das tournament. You can play however you want. This is like Das. This is what Das with an asterisk, right? So like Dasterisk. Dasterisk? CTM Dasteric Masters. D6 CB78. How did Poopy get into Masters? Poopy got into Masters by averaging a 1.122 million in quals. Like the same way everybody gets into Masters, by qualifying in or winning the previous tournament. All right, looks like both players are ready. D6C B78. Game number 3, Doodle and Poopy in 3, 2, 1 Tetris. I mean, yeah, I mean, anybody still carrying the torch for Das, you know? I think you're part of the Das revolution, okay? All right, Tetris Doodle here in game number 3. All right, so tomorrow a bunch of Tetris. I think the most important thing, though, is going to be that Futures Final, right? You're going to want to watch that. Jati versus Crytical, streamed by Tyler. That's at 7 p.m. chicken sandwich time. Right after that, it'll be Alan versus Somalian in Masters. Earlier in the day, we're going to have Akatu versus Jati, Winter versus Hepta, Knight versus Tugi. That Knight Tugi is a top 16 match. So we're already doing top 16 matches in Masters already. I mean, it's like the 19th. All right, Winter's having an issue over there. Hope everything's okay. Tetris Poopy 125, 123 for Doodle. There's Tetris Poopy 193 through 42. Oh yeah, you're taking that. Thanks for reminding you. All right. You're welcome. Winter, what the heck? Oh my God. Yeah. Thank goodness you put that kappa in, because that would have been a horrible thing to say, but it's got a kappa next to it. So, you know, that excuses everything. 217 for Poopy, 197 for Doodle. Guys, you can say anything you want as long as there's a kappa after it, right? Preferably like in a separate on the next line. You're referencing a YouTube comment? Oh my God. All right. Well, you can reference any YouTube comment as long as there's a kappa. All right, Doodle with a covered well, 249. Poopy 297 through 65. So on pace for another high 500s. Poopy had like a 597 into 19 previous game, and Doodle surviving. YouTube comments told me to stop listening to Barbershop. Listen, Colin, you do the things that you like to do in the way that you want to do them. Like, all right, maybe not everyone likes Barbershop. That's okay. Like, not everything is for everybody. It's fine. $314 Doodle, $376 Poopy. Scooty's grandpa likes Barbershop. All right, so Colin, you got company there. You and Blue Scooty's grandpa hang out, listen to some Barbershop. You know, I like jazz standards and, you know, Great American Songbook kind of stuff. All right. I like that. Okay. I'll listen to that all day. I'll listen to the Andrews Sisters all day. All right. Come at me. $482 for Poopy, $418 for Doodle. What's your favorite time signature? I am not a music theorist. You know, I mean, I understand what time signature is. But you know, that's about it on the very basic level. Okay. I'm not a musician. Lest anyone think I am. 540 here for Poopy on 19. Doodle at 495. So Poopy gonna out transition Doodle second game in a row here. Das versus Rolling. But yeah, I guess I could just tell you, oh, you know, some esoteric, weird, odd time signature. You know, oh man, he's got odd taste. He's so impressive. But you know, whatever. Just regular songs are fine. You know, songs are fine. Zoltan says Das is fine. Zoltan, did you qual for no row yet? 592 for Doodle. Poopy still in the lead. 673, 80,000 point lead. You did? How did you do? What score did you get? Yeah, this is in 4-4. Oh, that's going to be a top out for Poopy at 684. Chase down target for Doodle. 680, really any 684 is going to do it. 685 just to be 1,000,000% sure. And that is going to do it. So Doodle is good, but Poopy gave us some chills and thrills and spills coming in here. Inspirational story. First Masters event. Listen, if you play DAS, you can still make it into Masters, okay? Poopy living proof of that. You did great. You outpaced Doodle, I think, at least in games 2 and 3. I don't remember 1. But yeah, amazing. And so there you go. Hashtag goals, right? Make it into Masters. So you did great. Congratulations to you, Poopy. Poopy, you ever gonna take up another play style or just DAS? What are you gonna do here? You gonna become a rolling main, or is it just you just DAS all the way? You will always remember this. All right, well, I hope so. I mean, you know, whatever. I don't know. I think people think it's a goal, like get into Masters, right? And I think as a DAS player, pretty hard to do nowadays. So, and good, you know. Either have a great DAS player or, you know, coming in at C31 or, you know, mid-roller. So, you know, whatever. Get good rollers if you want to make it in. You got to beat a DAS player. Wallband, I wasn't referring to you, okay? Wait, what is that? Okay. What the heck? All right, Doodle finding another gear here. It's still surviving somehow. And that Mullen-off. You know, no PB at stake because of 39 cap unless he's uncapped, but we'll see. All right, well, good game. Very, very good game. Doodle, you will be moving on to round 2. I will report this to the Centralized Tetris Reporting Authority. 3-0 over the DAS player. Poopy old hag making their first appearance in the monthly Masters event. So GG's Poopy, GG's Doodle. All right, y'all. Let's take a look at our up-to-date top 16. Hey everybody, it's your old pal Van Dweller, host of Classic Tetris Monthly, and I'm asking you to do me a favor. If you like this video, hit thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like it, please subscribe and bang that notification bell. And follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/monthlytetris. Thank you, and have a nice day. Anyway, this is our top 16, so Peak is in against Blue Scooty, Knight is in against Tugi. We could play that whole thing. Like, you know, Zempro, Cat Surgery. Can we do the whole thing tomorrow somehow? 3 p.m. Knight versus Tugi. I think probably Scooty and Peak are probably not available, but we could play that whole thing, Tetris. The whole thing. It would be nice if we could, but anyway, I doubt. I think Scooty's going to be in. Well, no, it's Saturday, but Scooty's probably traveling, right? I don't know. Maybe someone can check into it. Anyway, Peak is in against Scooty. Knight is in against Tugi. That is taking place tomorrow, that Tugi versus Knight. Crab Rangoon in against Andy. ID Kirby is in. And then earlier round stuff. Hepta is advanced to round 2 to take on Winter. That's going to take place tomorrow. We'll have another top 16er determined. Akatu versus Jati is going to take place tomorrow, early in the morning. So tomorrow morning, basically 12 and a half hours from now. Futures finals is tomorrow. Masters Purple round 1, round 2, it says, but then it only shows one match. So, but Allen versus Somalian. Oh yeah, that's a tough one because it's, you know, it's you know, Southeast Asia, US, Europe, like all, you know, that's a tough one to play all at once. So, I don't think Duji's going to be getting up at, like, you know, 4 in the morning or whatever. Coming to Kansas tomorrow. Got it. Yeah, it's pretty much all 3 players are playing at 3 a.m. like, more or less. Okay. Well, tomorrow, join us. There'll be a bunch of stuff. I'll throw it up on YouTube, and you can see it in Discord. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out today. I am tired. So let's wait for this to come around, and we'll thank you, or a crying, happy tears bear will cry over you and say, wow, thanks. Wheels McCoy, Danny, Billy Mack, thanks for the subs on Twitch. Raids Michael and Sleepy Alley. Oh my God, YouTube snoozing today. You are snoozing. That's all right. So yeah, thanks for your support. Really appreciate that. Match Reno still stuck on 89.56. Had some contributions earlier today though from our borrow Hilbert Space. So join Tetris with the non-pros at tmp.tetris.lol. And thanks to our patrons, Scott Gray, Jay in the Window, Kane, Antac, Middlesburger, Corporal Shelby Jr., Troy, Dan, K-Member, Rogue Potato Cat, Java, T, Jason, Sunny. Appreciate y'all. Patreon.com/monthly Tetris. Use support command. Yeah, Merry Christmas to you, Blue Scooty's grandpa. And okay, so I guess what happened to my YouTube tab here? I guess I closed it when I was trying to get Zro's thing working, I think. So I think I closed that. Let me just manually close it. Anyway, take care. YouTube, Silly Anime Caprich, Jade Jinkle Cook, Salty, D Bradley. All the stars are here. Take care. See you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye. And Twitch will go ahead and raid you off. Thanks again, everybody, for hanging out. See you guys tomorrow for more Tetris. Tetris Paribus. Looks like Scooty is streaming right now, trying to snipe a raid. So we'll go ahead and raid our good friend Scooty. He's the champion. I offered to raid him yesterday, and he said raid me tomorrow. So okay. So he's the back-to-back champ in Masters, top of the world. We'll hang out with Blue Scooty. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Good night. See you tomorrow.